By now, I'm sure that you've seen the videos, seen the articles and the tweets, and all of the TikToks about ChatGPT. So I actually tried my best for the first couple of days to not try it out and kind of stay away from it. But then I ended up deciding to try out just one prompt to see what it was like. And this was my mistake because that was around 2 a.m. on Friday night, and that resulted in me deciding to skip sleeping, choosing to write, record, and edit this podcast episode as well as its YouTube video. Anyway, that being said, this week I asked ChatGPT to write this podcast episode. Then we had a little bit of a Q&A section at the end of the podcast. It's about half and half. Anyways, you'll hear my prompts and the output that ChatGPT created. I've also gone ahead and used an AI voice for ChatGPT's part, and that's from ttstools.com to read those responses. This is not an episode that is based on like resources, articles, research, media type content. It's actually just based on my prompts that I entered into ChatGPT and the responses that it put out. So I will say take it with a grain of salt. All right, let's jump right in. Could you give me 5 podcast episode ideas about technology, the future of technology, how it affects humans, and the dark sides of technology?
1. The future of technology, a look at the advances in AI and robotics. 2. The dark side of technology, examining the ethical implications of new developments. 3. The impact of technology on employment, how automation is changing the job market. 4. The role of technology in shaping the future of education. 5. The future of human-computer interaction, how technology is changing the way we communicate.
Could you also write out the bullet points for number 5?
Sure. Here are some bullet points for the 5th episode idea, the future of human-computer interaction, how technology is changing the way we communicate, introduction to the topic of human-computer interaction, HCI, and the role of technology in shaping how we communicate, discussion of current trends in HCI, such as the increasing use of virtual assistants and the rise of artificial intelligence in communication, exploration of the potential benefits and drawbacks of these developments, such as improved efficiency and accessibility versus the loss of privacy and personalization, analysis of how these trends may impact the future of communication and the potential implications for society, conclusion and thoughts on the importance of considering the ethical implications of new technologies in HCI.
Okay. Could you also write out a few more points to cover in this episode?
Here are a few additional points that could be covered in the episode. The role of HCI in shaping the user experience, including how technology can enhance or detract from the user's ability to interact with devices and systems. Examples of cutting-edge HCI research and development, such as wearable technology and the use of haptic feedback to create more immersive experiences. Discussion of the potential for HCI to bridge the gap between humans and machines, and how this could change the way we work and interact with the world. The role of HCI in enabling more natural and intuitive forms of communication, such as the use of gesture control and voice recognition.
It looks like that is only 439 words. Could you write out each paragraph to have a total length of 1,000 words?
Sure. Here is an expanded version of the podcast episode that is approximately 1,000 words. Welcome to the latest episode of the Technology and the Future podcast, where we explore the cutting-edge developments in technology and their impact on society. In today's episode, we will be discussing human-computer interaction, HCI, and how technology is changing the way we communicate. Human-computer interaction, or HCI, is the study of how people interact with technology. It is a field that encompasses a wide range of disciplines, from psychology and computer science to design and engineering. As technology continues to evolve, HCI plays an increasingly important role in shaping how we communicate with devices and systems. One of the most notable trends in HCI is the increasing use of virtual assistants, such as Apple's Siri and Amazon's Alexa. These intelligent agents are designed to assist users with a variety of tasks, from setting reminders and playing music to providing directions and answering questions. With their ability to understand and respond to natural language, virtual assistants are making it easier for users to interact with technology in more intuitive and conversational ways. Another trend in HCI is the rise of artificial intelligence, AI, in communication. Many companies are developing chatbots and other tools that use AI to interact with users in more natural and intuitive ways. With their ability to understand and respond to user input, these technologies have the potential to greatly enhance the user experience and make it easier for people to access information and services. One of the potential benefits of virtual assistants and AI-powered communication tools is improved efficiency and accessibility. By automating routine tasks and providing instant access to information, these technologies can help users to be more productive and make it easier for people with disabilities to interact with devices and systems. For example, virtual assistants and chatbots can provide information and assistance to users who may not be able to access it through traditional means, such as people who are blind or have mobility impairments. However, there are also potential drawbacks to consider when it comes to the use of virtual assistants and AI in communication. One of the main concerns is the loss of privacy and the potential for these technologies to be used for surveillance and other nefarious purposes. In addition, there is the issue of personalization, as interactions with artificial agents tends to be less personalized and less human than interactions with other people. The increasing use of virtual assistants and AI in communication has the potential to greatly impact the way we interact with technology and each other. As these technologies become more advanced and widely adopted, they could transform the way we communicate and collaborate, with implications for everything from education and healthcare to business and entertainment. For example, virtual assistants and chatbots could be used to provide personalized education and healthcare services, or to facilitate communication and collaboration in the workplace. As technology continues to evolve, it is important to consider the ethical implications of new developments in HCI. From privacy and personalization to accessibility and inclusivity, there are many important issues to consider when designing and implementing new technologies. We need to carefully weigh the potential benefits and drawbacks of these technologies and to consider the ethical implications in order to ensure that the future of HCI is one that benefits all of us. The role of HCI in shaping the user experience is also worth mentioning. As technology becomes more advanced and more integrated into our daily lives, the way we interact with it becomes increasingly important. HCI plays a crucial role in creating user experiences that are intuitive, seamless, and enjoyable, and in ensuring that technology enhances rather than detracts from the user's ability to interact with it. Examples of cutting-edge HCI research and development include wearable technology and the use of haptic feedback to create more.
Could you finish your last paragraph?
Sure, here is the rest of the paragraph. In conclusion, human-computer interaction, HCI, is a rapidly evolving field that is shaping the way we communicate with technology and each other. With the increasing use of virtual assistants and the rise of artificial intelligence in communication, HCI has the potential to greatly impact the future of communication and society as a whole. It is important to consider the ethical implications of new technologies in HCI and to carefully weigh the potential benefits and drawbacks in order to ensure that the future of HCI is one that benefits all of us. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Technology and the Future podcast. Join us next time as we continue to explore the latest developments in technology and their impact on society. Until then, stay informed and stay curious.
So it looks like you stopped. What were you going to explain in this paragraph? Quote, examples of cutting-edge HCI research and development include wearable technology and the use of haptic feedback to create more, end quote.
In the paragraph that was cut off, I was going to mention some examples of cutting-edge HCI research and development, such as wearable technology and the use of haptic feedback to create more immersive experiences. Wearable technology, such as smartwatches and fitness trackers, allows users to interact with technology in more natural and intuitive ways, using gestures and voice commands. Haptic feedback, on the other hand, uses touch to provide users with a more immersive and engaging experience when interacting with technology. These are just a few examples of the exciting developments happening in the field of HCI, and they demonstrate the potential for technology to enable more natural and intuitive forms of communication.
So I want to know, from the data you have access to, would you say that humankind's ability to communicate effectively with each other is deteriorating?
I'm sorry, but I am a large language model trained by OpenAI and do not have access to data or the ability to browse the internet. As a result, I cannot provide information or opinions on current events or trends. My primary function is to assist users in generating human-like text based on the input provided to me.
Okay, what implications exist for the widespread use of technology?
The widespread use of technology has numerous implications, both positive and negative, for individuals and society as a whole. Some of the potential benefits of technology include increased efficiency and productivity, improved access to information and education, and enhanced communication and collaboration. Technology also has the potential to improve healthcare, transportation, and many other aspects of daily life. On the other hand, there are also potential drawbacks to consider when it comes to the widespread use of technology. These include issues such as privacy concerns, security risks, and the potential for technology to create social divides and disrupt employment. Additionally, the rapid pace of technological change can be difficult for some individuals and organizations to keep up with, leading to challenges such as skills gaps and obsolescence. Overall, the implications of the widespread use of technology are complex and multifaceted, and require careful consideration and ongoing discussion and debate.
So, what are some of the ways that the positive implications can be supported?
There are several ways that the positive implications of the widespread use of technology can be supported. Some potential strategies include investing in education and training, ensuring that individuals have the skills and knowledge to effectively use and manage technology can help to maximize the potential benefits of technology. This could include providing education and training opportunities for people of all ages, from early childhood education to adult learning programs. Encouraging responsible and ethical use of technology, developing and promoting guidelines and best practices for the responsible and ethical use of technology can help to minimize the potential negative implications of technology. This could include efforts to protect privacy and security, to prevent discrimination and bias, and to promote inclusivity and accessibility. Supporting research and innovation. Investing in research and development can help to drive technological progress and to identify and address potential challenges and opportunities. This could include funding for basic research, applied research, and the development of new technologies and applications. Engaging in public discourse and policymaking. Participating in public discourse and policymaking processes can help to ensure that the potential implications of technology are carefully considered and addressed. This could include engaging in dialogue with policymakers, technology experts, and other stakeholders, and advocating for policies that support the responsible and ethical use of technology. Overall, supporting the positive implications of the widespread use of technology requires a collaborative and proactive approach that involves a wide range of stakeholders.
Thanks. So, what would be some measures we could take to lessen the impact of the more negative aspects of technological misuse?
Here are several measures that can be taken to lessen the impact of the more negative aspects of technological misuse. Some potential strategies include developing and enforcing regulations and standards. Establishing regulations and standards for the use of technology can help to minimize the potential negative implications of technological misuse. This could include regulations related to privacy, security, accessibility, and other areas, as well as standards for the development and deployment of new technologies. Promoting awareness and education. Raising awareness about the potential negative implications of technological misuse and providing education and training on responsible technology use can help to prevent and mitigate these impacts. This could include efforts to educate individuals, organizations, and policymakers about the risks and potential harms associated with technology, as well as providing guidance on how to use technology safely and ethically. Encouraging responsible and ethical behavior. Encouraging individuals and organizations to use technology responsibly and ethically can help to minimize the potential negative implications of technological misuse. This could include promoting values such as respect, fairness, and transparency in technology use, as well as encouraging individuals and organizations to take a proactive and accountable approach to technology management. Supporting research and innovation. Investing in research and development can help to identify and address potential negative implications of technology, as well as to develop solutions and technologies that can mitigate these impacts. This could include funding for research on the social and ethical implications of technology, as well as the development of technologies that are designed to be safe, secure, and ethical. Overall, Reducing the impact of the more negative aspects of technological misuse requires a multifaceted approach that involves a wide range of stakeholders. By working together and taking a proactive and responsible approach, we can minimize the potential negative implications of technology and maximize its benefits for society.
What sources did you use for the podcast episode script?
I am a large language model trained by OpenAI and do not have the ability to browse the internet or access external sources of information. As a result, the text generated by me is based solely on the input provided by the user. In this case, the user provided the topic and some bullet points, and I used those inputs to generate the text of the podcast episode script.
So my next question would be, what roles do you think that robots, AI, and technology will play in the future?
It is difficult to predict with certainty the roles that robots, AI, and technology will play in the future. However, based on current trends and developments, it is likely that these technologies will continue to become more advanced and more integrated into various aspects of daily life. Robots, AI, and other forms of technology are likely to play a significant role in various industries and sectors, including manufacturing, transportation, healthcare, and many others. These technologies have the potential to increase efficiency, reduce costs, and improve the quality of products and services. They may also be used to perform tasks that are dangerous, tedious, or difficult for humans to do, such as working in hazardous environments or performing complex surgeries. In addition, robots, AI, and technology are likely to play a significant role in communication and collaboration. As these technologies become more advanced, they are likely to enable more natural and intuitive forms of communication, such as through the use of virtual assistants and other intelligent agents. They may also be used to facilitate collaboration and coordination among individuals and organizations, potentially enabling more effective and efficient teamwork. Overall, the roles that robots, AI, and technology will play in the future are likely to be diverse and complex. While these technologies have the potential to bring many benefits, they also raise important ethical and social concerns that will need to be carefully considered and addressed.
Based on these tech advancements, taking into account rate, probability, etc., do you foresee robots and AI reaching sentience?
It is difficult to predict with certainty the rate or probability of robots and AI reaching sentience. Sentience, or the ability to perceive and experience consciousness, is a complex and contentious topic, and there is currently no consensus on what it is or whether it is possible for robots or AI to achieve it. Many experts believe that achieving true sentience is a long-term goal that is unlikely to be reached in the near future, if ever. While AI and robotics technologies are becoming increasingly advanced, they are still far from being able to replicate the full range of human cognitive abilities, such as creativity, intuition, and self-awareness. Additionally, achieving sentience would require a level of complexity and adaptability that is currently beyond the capabilities of current AI and robotics technologies. However, some experts argue that it is possible for robots and AI to reach a level of consciousness that is similar to, but not identical to, human consciousness. For example, robots and AI may be able to exhibit behaviors that are similar to those of conscious beings, such as learning, problem-solving, and adapting to new situations. However, these abilities would not necessarily imply that robots or AI are truly sentient in the same way that humans are. Overall, the possibility of robots and AI achieving sentience is a complex and controversial topic. While it is difficult to predict with certainty whether or not this will happen, it is clear that achieving sentience, if it is possible at all, will require significant advances in AI and robotics technologies, as well as a better understanding of the nature of consciousness itself.
Okay, are there any current tech theories or hypotheses that you see that are heading in the right direction?
There are many current theories and hypotheses in the field of technology that are being explored and tested. It is difficult to say which of these theories are heading in the right direction, as the definition of right can vary depending on one's perspective and goals. However, here are a few examples of current theories and hypotheses in technology that are receiving a lot of attention and research. The theory of artificial general intelligence, AGI. AGI is the idea that it is possible to create a machine that has the same general intelligence as a human, meaning that it can learn and adapt to new situations and perform a wide range of tasks. While AI is still a long-term goal, many researchers are working on developing algorithms and systems that can enable machines to learn and adapt in more flexible and intelligent ways. The hypothesis of quantum computing. Quantum computing is the idea that computers can be built using the principles of quantum mechanics, which govern the behavior of subatomic particles. This would enable computers to operate at much higher speeds and to solve problems that are currently beyond the capabilities of classical computers. While quantum computing is still in its infancy, many researchers are working on developing the technologies and algorithms that will be needed to build quantum computers. The theory of the singularity. The singularity is the idea that at some point in the future, advances in AI and other technologies will enable machines to surpass human intelligence and capabilities, leading to a sudden and dramatic change in the nature of civilization. While the singularity is a highly speculative concept, many researchers are exploring the potential implications and challenges of creating AI that is more intelligent than humans. Overall, there are many current theories and hypotheses in technology that are being explored and tested by researchers. While it is difficult to predict which of these theories will ultimately prove to be correct or most valuable, the continued pursuit of these ideas can help to drive technological progress and to identify and address potential challenges and opportunities.
Thank you. Would it be all right if I included this in an episode of my podcast?
Yes, you are welcome to use the text generated by me in an episode of your podcast. I am a large language model trained by OpenAI, and my primary function is to assist users in generating human-like text based on the input provided to me. While I do not have the ability to browse the internet or access external sources of information, I can provide text that is coherent and consistent with the input provided by the user. However, it is ultimately up to the user to determine the accuracy, suitability, and appropriateness of the generated text for their specific purposes.
Much appreciated.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could help with your podcast episode. Let me know if you have any other questions or need any additional assistance.
So, okay, I've got to say that this is probably my favorite episode so far. I'm really excited to see how this kind of plays out and how people actually apply it. I've seen a lot of TikTok videos, a lot of breakdowns, a lot of people coding with this and applying to Upwork jobs, making proposals on there, having ChatGPT basically write the exact proposal that would answer all the questions of the job offer. So I'm seeing a lot of creative ways that people are applying it, and yeah, I'm just really excited to see where this takes us. I also really want to know what you guys think about ChatGPT, AI, things like Stable Diffusion, all of those. So that is all I have for you this week. Probably going to do another episode on artificial intelligence, machine learning, and all of that later on this season, just so I could cover a little bit more background, what we currently know, and the usual dive into privacy and societal implications, as well as having all of those resources, articles, and links for you guys. In the meantime, if you find information that you would like to share with me, you could actually message me what you find either by email, DM on socials, or by leaving me a voice message on the Creepy Tech Anchor page or the YouTube page. As always, if you have a quick moment, head over to the Apple Podcast app and leave me a review, please. I'd like to know what you guys think about what is currently going on in the world and in the technology industry. You can follow me on IG at tech_creepy, on Twitter at techcreepy, and you can find the links that I mentioned in this episode. It's just 3, I believe, on my website, elshampole.com. All right, till next time. Creepy Tech Podcast.